Hey everybody, welcome to episode 28 of This Might Not Work Out podcast. I'm your host TC, and today I'm gonna talk about 21 Bridges. Woo woo woo. Yes, 21 Bridges. I saw it recently. It stars Chadwick Boseman and Keith David and a woman whom I'm forgetting her name and two other gentlemen that I'm forgetting their names. Um, so I know that I'm not off to a shining start, but Chad is the star of the movie clearly, and he rocks it as he usually does. Um, the other interesting tidbit about him is that I'm a friend with his first cousin, so it's so interesting to get a perspective from the family because his family is thebomb.com. They are awesome. They are kind. They are smart. They are God fearing. They're just like amazing people, literally. In Anderson, South Carolina, they're awesome. And so, even with all his fame and grandeur and everything else like that, even when Black Panther was blowing up, it was so cute because they were still like, oh, I hope Chad does well and everything. And I mean, I've been told he still does like family reunions and goes back home to do stuff. And it's just real down home and cool. So, anyway, vicariously through her, not really like vicariously, that was the wrong word of choice, but basically, not only am I a fan of his for all the artistic work he does and for the acting that he does, but also because I know someone closely that knows him closely and loves him and cares about him closely. And so that's just cool to just be in his corner. But anyway, in this movie, 21 Bridges, basically, if you don't know the premise already, a murder has happened where essentially 8 police officers have been murdered, and they got to figure out who the perpetrators are, bring them to justice, and all that good stuff. And Chadwick Boseman is the guy that is given the task of doing that. And so he closes the whole island of Manhattan in order to try to find these suspects. And he's given the task because he's known as a not vigilante, but like kind of the Robin Hood for the cops. His father was murdered when as a police officer with 3 men. He was attacked by 3 men, killed 2, but one got the best of him and also got away when he was very young. And so because of that, he grew up, of course, being groomed to be a policeman. He's now a detective. He's one of the best that there are, and he, interestingly enough, has been known for killing individuals who have killed cops. And so Internal Affairs is all up his behind and kind of saying like, well, why do you do this? And is it in your DNA? And he's kind of cocky about it, like, what's done has to be done. So essentially, he's called in because the chief of the precinct wants justice for his guys and women. There's a woman too that gets killed. And so they call him in to kind of do what they know he's going to do, which is find the people and bring swift, deathly justice. However, there's a twist because there's a ruse happening where it's not just like a blatant all out murder of the cops, but essentially um, there's another piece to it. So I've given kind of the premise. I don't think I've given away too many spoilers, but if you've seen it and you clicked on this, you wanted to watch it, and if not, then you've clicked away by now. So my thought about it was I really, 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 really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the suspense of it, the twists and turns. I love the fact that something is not right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And maybe some people could have figured it out right away. I didn't. But like I knew something was wrong. I just couldn't figure out exactly what. But the interesting thing to me that I should say is interesting or whatever is like the accents were so trash. They were trash. And I don't know what it is about like Hollywood. Why do people so much want to have this crazy New Yorker accent that everybody's like, I'm a New Yorker and I'm gonna say park and car and I'm gonna talk all crazy? Like people just don't. I mean, New York has a vibe and a feel, and people who are from New York speak like they're from New York. But if you want real New York, get New York. Get New York. All the speech coaches and acting coaches in the world, it sounds so ridiculous when people are like over the top. And I remember I used to really, really love 30 Rock with my husband. We used to watch it all the time. And they had somebody on there from Boston. She was like, what you doing? I'm parking the car in the fog and the boggle and all this other stuff. And it was just ridiculous. Like, just stop it. Okay. Like, if the people aren't from there, people from New York talk like regular people too. There's a couple words here and there. They might say coffee or whatever, but stop. Just, it's too much. All right. I'm over my time, but that's too much. But 21 Bridges is awesome. Please see it. Suspension of disbelief, of course, but with the accents were trash. I'm just telling you right now. But the rest of the action and stuff is pretty good. So a little bit predictable, maybe, with the twist, but good. Have a look at it. Check it out.